Damn, rotating is locked. All right, just hold it like that then. Rotating is locked. All right, that's cool. What up, everybody? What's up, folks? What's happening? What's happening with everybody? Y'all good out there in YouTube world and stuff like that? Huh? Y'all good out there in these streets? Yeah. Woo. Man. Easy day. Light work at work. Light work. In and out. Light work. Easy day at work. Right? We're gonna talk about these gloves. Gloves. Y'all wanna talk about boxing. But gloves? Gloves? We're supposed to be talking about the game. But y'all want to talk about gloves? Huh? Okay. Right? There's been glove controversies left and right over the course since DW's so-called excuses came out, right? Since the so-called excuses. D Bevel, what's happening? Since in Vegas? Oh man, that's what's up. I'm out here in the Florida Keys. You know what I'm saying? But since all those the alleged excuses from Deontay Wilder, and I say alleged because you can take it how you want to. You can take what he said how you want to. I don't care, right? But the fact still remains is fucking gloves look funny, right? When Deontay Wilder's team went up in there and said no padding was in those gloves, right? The commission said these are already approved, ain't shit you could do about it, right? Now, commission approved some gloves, right? They look nice and crisp, nice and bright, and everything. But during the course of the fight, the gloves started losing luster, right? Like they were meant to explode or whatever the case may be. But I don't know. I don't see shit. Fuck Terence Crawford's gloves. Fuck that shit. Fuck. I don't. Who cares if the motherfucking gloves was loaded? Who cares if the motherfucking? I'm talking about as far as I'm concerned. I can give two shits. The motherfuckers was loaded. You know what I'm saying? I can give two shits. There wasn't padded in the motherfucking gloves. I don't give a fuck if there was some Inspector Gadget motherfucking gloves and they was meant to disintegrate in the ring in 10 seconds and had a timer on them so everybody can hear. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because with all these glove issues over the course of since Deontay Wilder, the first main thing people were saying, gloves were meant to protect the fighter's hands, not their opponent's face. And then that's when we get all the resident experts on gloves and stuff like that, from the rival guys to the YouTube guys to the social media people out here explaining what a glove is supposed to consist of, the rules for gloves and stuff like that, and can't find a comprehensive document stating what a glove is supposed to consist of. Besides what these commissions say, modern foam or whatever the case may be, the verbiage they use, the EV foam or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? They don't check the foam. They don't check the foam and see if it gets wet. It loses, it hardens, or it loses its performance over the course. They don't check for that shit. So, since they don't check for that shit, why the fuck I give a fuck about Terence Crawford's glove all of a sudden? When according to his gloves are meant to protect your hands and not your opponent's face. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't see shit wrong as far as everything that's been going on with Fox and all these other cats. I can give two shits. I can give two shits what was wrong with this dude's gloves. I can give two shits. I don't give a fuck if his gloves was made because they had the Christmas colors. I don't give a fuck if they was made by Kris Kringle himself. I can give two shits. I don't care. I don't care if the commission make these gloves. I don't care if the horse hair, if the hair in the gloves was made from Cambodian pubic hairs. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if the gloves were stitched from Samson's fucking hair from biblical times. I don't give a fuck. For what? For what? All these, he go ahead and petition the organization, right? Go ahead and petition them. It really don't matter. Your ass would have been knocked out anyways. You'd have been knocked the fuck out anyways. Look how you got caught. Look how you got caught. The dude was literally playing with your ass and end up putting your ass to sleep. I don't. Folks can say whatever they want to about these motherfucking gloves. I can give two shits. I don't give a fuck if he came in there. Damn, they got the bike with an old school bike with a sidecar on it. God damn. I don't give a fuck if he had knuckle dusters in the motherfuckers. I can give two shits. Y'all didn't do all this shit with everybody else. Now all of a sudden everybody want to jump on this Terence Crawford shit because this whole Spence thing. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that dumb shit. Now all of a sudden everybody want to have sympathy and shit. You're gonna jump out there and you're gonna make everybody slow down because you don't want to give your car gas. Get the fuck off the road, bitch. You know, it's crazy. You can literally see how loose Tyson Fury's gloves was. You can literally see the knuckle imprint in this shit. All that shit. Then, this is another thing. This is another thing. Right? This is another thing. If it was so bad with Terence Crawford's gloves, how come the commission just didn't do it? If it was so blatant with the gloves, right? How come the commission just won't step in? How come they have to wait for the fighter to petition something? Huh? Where's the commission statement? Right? If the I didn't see nothing wrong with this part of the glove. Did y'all? The knuckles. Did y'all? He would have got his ass knocked out anyways. You worried about the thumb hanging out and this and that. Did he thumb you? Did Terence Crawford put that thumb in your eye? Did the side of the glove where it was busted, did that affect you? Did the patty come out and get in your eyes? Huh? Nah. Terence Crawford's fist got in your ass. Just like how motherfuckers was talking about with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Nah, it was his fucking fist. It was them Nebraska. Fist all up in your fucking eye. Yo, all up upside. Oops upside your motherfucking head. Oops upside your motherfucking head. I can give two shits about them goddamn gloves. I can give two shits. I know a lot of people out there probably like, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. Well, it's my opinion, you know what I'm saying? It's my opinion, my channel. I can, say whatever I want to. But I tell you what, give shit about them. I can give a shit two shits about Terence Crawford's gloves. Tell you that much. I don't give a fuck if he had knuckle dusters. I don't give a fuck if he went if he had, what's that dude named Knuckles off of Sonic? I can give a fuck. I can give two shits he had his shits on. I can give two shits. I don't give a fuck if he had that dude from Biohazard, the video game, the big old metal drill on the motherfucking end of it. I can give two shits. I don't give a fuck if he walked in the ring with Thor's hammer and knocked that motherfucker upside the head. I can give two shits. Reggie, what's happening? Who's that? D Bibble says something? Let me see. Salute. D Bibble said, I knew the clickbait channels would go crazy. God damn it, this motherfucking app. You say, I knew the clickbait channels would go crazy over these gloves issue. Shake my head. Yeah. Oh, D Bibble said, what's up, Reg? Oh, okay, you saw it, Reg? Yeah, man. Like, I don't care, because a lot of this shit, when it comes to these sanctioned bodies, should already be busting the move anyways. As soon as they see something that ain't right, that's against the order of boxing and stuff like that, against the rules, these sanctioned bodies shouldn't hesitate and wait for no fucking boxer to petition anything. They got to spend their goddamn money to petition these guys. It ain't free. It ain't free. It ain't free, and it's down, and it's in steps. You got to go to the commission. You got to go through these guys. It's all steps within the regulations of these guys. You got to go through steps. So if this doesn't work out, then they could probably get their lawyer. But they already got a lawyer involved majority of the time because they want somebody to bring the heat. Shouldn't have to wait. Shouldn't have to wait. Commission should have already put out a statement about these gloves if there was an issue. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there's anything wrong with somebody's gloves and the commission catch that, if you could give somebody a 5-minute timeout, you could take 5 minutes and put some gloves on. Put some new gloves on. Yes, you can. You can take the 5 minutes and put some new gloves on. And you can do it in between a round, or you could call a timeout. It was in the early rounds anyway, so they were still good to go. You know, I don't, but you know, like I said, there's a whole bunch of things with these boxing commissions. I don't think they really know what the fuck they're doing half the time. I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing. A lot of these guys that's on the board of the actual city, that's a part of these boxing commissions. A lot of these guys, they know less boxing than us. They know less boxing than us. So now they're gonna have to get a lawyer within the city to go through, or hire somebody to go through and see where they went wrong before they make a decision and cost the city fucking money, time and money. But they should already be doing something to be proactive to make sure safety in the sport is upheld. Because now you're dealing with lives. You're dealing with people's lives and their careers. Because the most important thing, loss of life, injury, and maiming, is 3 things that these guys should be putting first before everything when it comes to these boxing, these not just boxing events, when it comes to events and period, when it comes to combat sports. Loss of life, injury, maiming. That's the 3 things they need to be worried about, but they ain't. They ain't been proactive with safety in years. WBC says they put safety first with these boxers, but nobody out here can tell me what they have done. Because what Marcelo Suleiman is going to do, he's going to put out a statement and talk all calm and everything, never get upset, because he don't give a fuck what everybody else say. What he says goes. Same thing with that franchise shit. It don't make sense to nobody. He said, well, I know it's kind of hard to, understanding this thing, but this is what it is. That's it. What the fuck you gonna do? You're either gonna fight for these belts or not. Huh? You're either gonna fight for these belts or not. That's basically, so it's terroristic demands. It's a hostage situation for a lot of these boxers who don't have money, who don't have the promoters with the pool. It's the hostage negotiation. You know what I'm saying? And most of these boxers and these promotions, most of these promotional bands, because there's a lot of promotional bands and managing companies right out there, but there's only a handful that run shit. So a lot of these people that's in the sport of boxing, they cannot afford to not negotiate with terrorists or terroristic demands. They can't afford it. They cannot fucking afford it. So when somebody has an issue with their glove in the ring, right, it shouldn't take, first of all, it shouldn't take fans. It should not take fans. It should not take a YouTube channel or somebody on Twitter, a fan, or some black powered pimp that comes out the woodwork, don't even talk about boxing, for a sanctioned body or a boxing organization to do something about it. It shouldn't. Second of all, it shouldn't be the manager, it shouldn't be the promotional company, and it shouldn't be the fighter, the first one to say something. The first line of defense should be the commission. The first line of defense should be the commission. Then anything after that, it literally should be, if you say something, do something. If you see something, say something, do something. It shouldn't be somebody doing some cowardly ass shit saying, well, you know, this is what I was told, and this and the third. Integrity, motherfucker. Taking charge. How are you part of a boxing organization and you don't even know what stacking is? And you literally see somebody stacking and you don't know the rules? How are you part of a boxing organization and you allowing people to put adrenaline and the Vaseline? How are you part of a boxing organization and you allowing somebody to drink out of a different water bottle that's not transparent during the fight? Switch them up. Right? How are you part of a boxing organization and you allow somebody to switch the gloves without the other team even being able to see them? Talking about there wasn't enough time. There's always time. There's always time to do the right thing. There's always time to do the right thing. There's always time, but you cannot take back a life. You cannot take back a life. There's been people in the sport of boxing that ain't never been the same because of the injuries that they have been given in the ring. Zab Judah, Donna Stevens of recent. Not to mention a couple of them cats that died. A couple of them cats that died overseas. Not to mention them. The 19-year-old kid. They won't do shit. They don't. The first fucked up thing is cutting weight shit. It's cutting weight shit, right? We've been seeing how we saw how Devin Haney went into that fight, his last fight. Glad he didn't look lethargic. He was a damn near falling over himself. You know what I'm saying? We seen that shit. We seen how Chris Cyborg looked her last boxing match. Legs didn't look too strong in that weigh-in to me. We seen it. We seen what these fighters do with these weight clauses. These weight clauses and shit. That's all it is. Hurry up and buy. They don't give a fuck about no goddamn safety, because if they gave a fuck about safety, this weight shit and these gloves, this shit with the gloves and the weight shit and these hand wraps would have been fixed a long time ago. It's a goddamn shame when you got to come on the internet, when YouTubers and people on Twitter know more about hand wraps and gloves than some of these dudes in these boxing commissions. It's a damn shame. And can't nobody make this shit up. Can't nobody. This shit been happening for years, before I was even born in 1986, and it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening until somebody until it's so blatant when somebody dies that somebody probably going to have to go to jail. Somebody probably going to have to go to court and get on a motherfucking stand. That's probably what it's going to take. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't give a fuck about Terence Crawford gloves, because at the end of the day, these boxing commissions and everything, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And I don't think they I'm thinking I'm seeing that these people, they lost or something. And I don't think they ever will. Is y'all looking for something? Y'all looking for something? Huh? Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, so I was just being helpful to somebody. Yeah, so when, okay, now look at this. What's his name? Lucas Brown tried to get a fight, right? And they now all of a sudden they want to put the age gap on him and stuff like that, but he could go somewhere else and fight. Now, they are correct. Lucas Brown, at his age, he has to be fighting a certain type of opponent. He can't be sitting up over there fighting anybody, because the way Lucas Brown get knocked out and the way Terence gets knocked out, we all know that these dudes are one step away from looking fucked up in their 50s and 60s. They one step away, and I'm telling you, the way they get knocked out, I don't know how many knockouts the human body can take, brutal knockouts the human body can take, but all of a sudden now everybody wants to have a conscience with Lucas Brown. You know what I'm saying? But all these other countless dudes, they let fight damn near all the way into their 50s because of money. See what I'm saying? Because of money. But yes, they had a better skill level than this dude. This dude is getting, when I say they lifeless. When they get knocked out with Terence and Lucas Brown get knocked out, it is disgusting. It is, people really think they did. It's like somebody just shot him with a shotgun, a headshot, right in the dome, just lifeless. Now all of a sudden, the commission want to do something, but don't want to do nothing about these damn gloves. These gloves has been horrendous since day one. Now, I'm gonna say this to y'all, and y'all might not like this. Gloves when they were made, they were called mufflers, and they were intended to not only to protect the fighter's hands but the opponent's face, right? So back in the days when the dude named Jack Broughton, he came up with the first rules of bare knuckles fighting. He created the mufflers so when people they spar and even get the rich people involved, because the rich people couldn't be around this stuff because it's considered brutal. So the gentleman and the lady thing kicked in, and being around these type of sports and stuff like that wasn't a sign of high status. So what he created was these mufflers. So he created these mufflers, right? And so now people with a status can get away with sparring and fighting without having to deal with walking around with all these cuts on their face. Because without those fucking gloves, it'd be bare knuckle fighting, which is already on the internet, and we see what happens to them dudes' knuckles in their fucking face. You ain't fighting every 3 months doing that shit. You ain't fighting every 3 months doing that shit. And if you would, that scar tissue ain't gonna be able to hold up. That scar tissue ain't gonna be able to hold up. See what I'm saying? It won't. If the gloves in professional boxing right now wasn't meant to protect a fighter's face, then ask me why they wear gloves in the first place. Ask me why they wear gloves in the first place. Ask me why there has to be a level of padding in the gloves in the first place. Ask me why the gloves have to be made from modern material in the first place, i.e. EV foam is one of them. Ask me why. Because if that's the case, if that was the case, hey, Bruce Goes, what's happening? D-Lo 404 Boxing, what's happening? He said, what's up, everybody? You feel what I'm saying? But when Deontay Wilder got hit with them knuckle dusters from Tyson Fury, the first thing people smoking said, gloves are not meant to protect the boxer's face. That's what they said. And if you want me to say that, I remember one of the dude's names because I'm the one who had to tell him about Jack Broughton and all that stuff. I know one of them, and that was G Funky. And we can argue about this glove thing all day. It is a fact. If these gloves weren't meant to protect the opponent's face, then we'll be dealing with bare knuckle fighting, and people will be having cuts all up and down their motherfucking face. If you could just walk in that motherfucking ring with just fucking leather, around your knuckles, with just hand wraps, or no hand wraps at all, people will be getting fucked up. If you think these highlight reels is raw, they will be They will be off the fucking chain, brutal. And if you don't believe me, go watch bare knuckle fighting. Go online and go look at that shit they got over there in Ireland with the dudes that be doing the bare knuckle fighting around the hay bales on YouTube. Go watch that. They be fucking each other up. You could be the biggest, baddest motherfucker, but without these motherfucking gloves, you could be the most feather-fisted motherfucker ever. But without the motherfucking gloves, woo! Now, if I'm lying, tell me. Or if you don't believe what I'm saying, just say it. Because all of this really is my opinion based off of what I've read. And no, Queensberry wasn't the first rules of bare knuckle fighting. It wasn't. He wasn't. He didn't. It was Jack Broughton. Jack Broughton had the first rules of bare knuckle fighting out there in England. He was the first dude to come out with the rules. I think there was like 6 or 7 rules. Yeah. If you don't believe me, go look it up. And they were called mufflers. They weren't called gloves. Yeah. They invented so boxers won't be getting fucked up and sparring. Because how you gonna spar with bare knuckles? In any slip, you know how easy it is to cut somebody, bust their lip wide open, and with a tap by accident with these, cut their eye with these. You know how easy it is? Y'all know. You hit the person just right, they cut. You graze them just right, they cut. Y'all should know. Y'all been. I know there's a few people that's been in street fights in this motherfucker, or at least seen a few live live and in color, right? So, like I said, man, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about no damn Terence Crawford's gloves, them Chris Kingle ass gloves. Had them little fucking sounding little L's make them motherfuckers. I can give two shits. I don't give two shits. I don't care if he had knuckle dusters in there. I don't care if he had that dude from Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't care if he had his shit on. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck until these motherfuckers start caring about everything. And they could go back in the past. They can go back in the past and rectify shit if they want to. They just choose not to. They don't know what the fuck they doing. They don't know what the fuck they doing. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. Motherfuckers on YouTube, including myself, on social media, we've been finding out they know more than these goddamn promoters and these people in the commission, and a lot of these fighters. Dillian White didn't know that he was in he didn't hold the mandatory position under the WBC, but we all knew because we read the rules. But him as a fighter, he didn't know. Edward Hearn didn't even know. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And the list goes on and on with other examples. From some of the stuff I said, some of the stuff Law said, some of the stuff I think Reggie pointed out a few. Blood, VFTB, Blue Blood, G Funky. The list goes on and on of examples of people actually reading the fucking rules and seeing that these guys don't know what the fuck they talking about. They just say whatever they want to say to suit a fucking narrative of their fucking fighter. Or somebody that they're trying to take care of. And this type of shit has been going on since I've been on YouTube. We've been seeing this shit from day one. Hold up. From day one. Since I've been on YouTube with boxing. From day one. Now, when they start, it's not just because somebody's glove is obvious with somebody's glove, there's something's wrong with it. What about the shit that ain't obvious with two eyes on a damn big screen? What about all that shit? This ain't even a real glove. And this has more padding. This has more padding. This is a rival gear autograph glove, right? I had another one, but I just sent it to Jamie Mitchell to get autographed. This one's from Amanda Serrano in Sydney, autograph, right? Has more padding. Had more padding. Look how thick it is, right? Has more padding in it than Tyson Fury's fucking glove. Has more padding in that. They barely touched the motherfucker and their finger went in. I'm pressing hard. This is the same. This is made out of the same material they put in the real gloves, but it's this part the reason why they can't use it. See that? It's that part. It's rough. It's rough. That shit is rough. That shit is rough. That shit hit the corner of your eye or something. Woo! The same fucking padding. So I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this madness about gloves. Gloves is only supposed to protect your knuckles. If that's the case, take the padding of the glove. Just let me put the hand wraps on. Just let me use the hand wraps. Take the padding out. Take the padding out. Take the padding out so I can do some real fucking damage. Just give me a slither. Give me the minimum amount of padding I need in these gloves, so I can do some serious damage. Huh? Huh? That's what I. Until these guys start. So they got to revamp this whole thing with these gloves, man. They gotta sit down. They need to sit down and fix this shit. You know what I'm saying? They need better transparency for these fighters, these and these fans. Because the reason why I said for these fans, if I'm betting on the fight, and there's something wrong with these dudes' gloves, right? And the boxing commission or whatever don't want to do nothing about it, but I bet money and I lost my money, right? And I'm paying to watch this fight. I want it fair across the board. I want it fair. Now, if I won, I wouldn't trip. But if I lost my money and I seen something fishy, I want it fair. You would want it fair, right? Right? So these people out here, man, they need to come up with a better plan. And it's not just, and it should be a nice little set of rules all across the board, no matter where you at. If you fight under these sanctioning bodies, this is what it's going to have to be. Ain't no, you could do this in the UK, you could do this in Mexico, you could do this over here, all the way across the board when it comes to professional boxing. Because all this stuff, what ain't, put it to you like this. Just because we ain't thought about it, don't mean it ain't happening with these gloves. Just because we ain't thought about it when it comes to bending the rules, scheming, cheating, whatever you want to call it. Just because we ain't thought about it, don't mean it ain't happening. Just because it don't exist to us, doesn't mean somebody ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? We done heard about it all, pushing back the gloves and taping it real tight so you can pull that phone back. You can't do that. You can't stack, right? To make your knuckles harder. So when we talk about these gloves, come on. Come on now. But when we talk about these gloves, come on now. For real. The whole lot of it is fishy. The whole lot of it's fishy. And until these people up here in the sport of boxing actually start giving a fuck and start fixing this shit with the gloves and the hand wraps, it's gonna keep happening. Terry Barlett, what's happening? He said what's up to me and everybody in the chat. It's gonna keep happening. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Now, what's gonna happen from David Avanish and his team petition? Are they gonna have to prove that the gloves affected him in the fight? Are they gonna have to properly articulate how those gloves affected him in the fight? Well, the breach of the sidewall in the glove caused the foam from the knuckle part to be pushed back here and created a more solid punch. But you were caught clean. You was caught clean with a punch that you didn't see coming. So how exactly? Explain that again. I'm not saying what they're gonna say or whatever the case may be, because I don't know. They probably tell the motherfucker to fight to do it again. But then again, the commission is the one that allowed it to come on. So how can you give Terence Crawford a no contest? If they allowed it to go on, it ain't Terence Crawford's fault. So how can you affect Terence Crawford's record for something they allowed to happen? So the only thing that he could probably do is cause for the dude to fight him again. Or just say, you know what, fuck you. Gloves are meant to protect the fighter's fist and not your face. Ain't this about a bitch? And that's not true. And that's not true. If that's the case, boxing would be bare knuckle fighting. On that note, man, shouts out to everybody out there in the boxing world, and everybody stay sucker free.